Good evening, Year 11. As you know, my name is Mr. Me, Assistant Head Teacher and Director of English at Llanishen High School. And one of my areas of responsibility in the sixth form is to put in place our More Able and Talented programme. In Llanishen, during the sixth form, we run this programme in liaison with the Seren Network. Now, the Seren Network is a company that is charity run by the Welsh Government that is funded to make sure that the best students in Wales, the most talented students in Wales, are given help in order to access the higher universities, so Oxbridge and Russell Group universities. So we in school, we in the sixth form, have what's called an honours group, where we organise and run trips to the best universities, and we are met with the tutors and lecturers from those universities. Last year, for example, we went to Jesus College, Oxford, had a little look around the Bodleian Library, and students were given a real flavour of what an Oxbridge lecture looks like, but also an opportunity to ask any questions about how they could get in, how to apply, what kind of things they would have to do in order to get into that university. We also run trips to Cardiff University, which is again, a very good university, a Russell Group university, and we do the same kind of thing. So we build bridges with those universities, university tutors, admissions tutors, to make sure that students in our sixth form are well equipped and well advised to apply for the best universities. We also recognise that when students apply for these universities, they might need to go and be interviewed. Therefore, we put a bespoke interview programme in place where we try and replicate what those interviews might look like, and students in the sixth form can then sit with a panel in front of them and experience an interview before they go and do the real thing. Last year, we made good use of one of our community partners, the Principality Building Society, who very kindly agreed to host mock interviews for our students who were going to very good universities in their own principality building. Students were given a time where they had to turn up for their interview, and thereafter, after they had their interview, they were given feedback what things that they did well and what they needed to improve upon before they sat their real interviews. We also look at the testing which universities put in place. Some universities, you might not be aware, run admissions tests. Therefore, if students are applying for courses where they might need to take an admissions test, what we will do is we will again put in support mock tests, and we will provide feedback for students who sit those mocks, and we will get subject-specific teachers to mark and give feedback on those tests. So, for example, this year I had a couple of students who applied for Oxbridge for English. Therefore, I was able to tailor my own expertise to give them feedback on the tests that they sat as mocks in preparation for the real test that they will sit later on in the year. We also, of course, use our expertise in the sixth form to make sure that personal statements are completed to a high standard, and form tutors, as well as myself as the More Able and Talented lead, and your sixth form team, Miss Lloyd and Miss Hornblow, will make sure that you have additional support to make sure that, those personal statements are as good as they can be, and you are selling yourself in order to move on to the next stage of education. So at Llanishen High School, obviously, we've dealt with you for a long time now, so we know who you are, so we can offer you that personal touch in terms of advice moving forward, so that when you leave our sixth form, you are equipped with the skills that you need in order to embrace the challenges that lie ahead of you, whether it be in further education or whether it be in the world of work. So you will be, to summarise, in a location where there's plenty of teacher support for you, whatever learning pathway you want to go down. And we also have the opportunity for you to experience different universities and listen to different voices who will make the decisions on where you end up later on when you leave our sixth form. We obviously don't want to leave you to go and fend for yourselves. We like to put in place strategies, or equip you with strategies that will allow you to embrace those challenges that you find once you leave our sixth form.